Okay, take two. I deleted my first version of this video because I didn't realize I had answered my own question at one point in the video, and then I spent like 5 minutes trying to ponder that question. So I'm gonna try to make a slightly more concise video. The light is blinding. Let me move that. All right, so I am looking at the SafuuX white paper at Dio's suggestion. This is a very good suggestion. That guy is on another level. Being on a live with him was pretty awesome. Getting to ask that guy questions, like, and he being so kind and generous, and like just spending time to answer them. Like he spent almost 10 minutes answering one of my questions. I mean, what a nice, generous man that Dio is. It was a lot of fun asking him questions, let me tell you. That guy is, like, I listened to his answers literally about 5 times today. Like, after, I was just trying to grasp what he was saying about how the Safu token price is achieved, like, what leads to, what affects the Safu token price. He answered it. If you want to check it out, it's somewhere after the hour and like 15-minute mark in Daniel's live that he did today. I've listened to it like 5 times. I'm still confused, but that guy's on another level. But anyways, looking at the SafuuX white paper has been interesting because it talks about the bridge a little bit, and nothing. I didn't see anything new in there that I haven't mentioned in other videos about the bridge. But what I was looking at was the SFX rewards portion of the white paper, where it talks about we know about the high APY period for the first 240 days, 191,000%, which is amazing. But then after that, we enter into the fixed flex period, and that is where I answered my question in the last video without even realizing it. And I only realized it after I was listening to it afterward. I'll post it and then I'll start listening to it to make sure that I posted something that wasn't crap. And then as long as it's not total crap, I'll just leave it there. But I deleted this video because I literally spent like 5 minutes going over something I just answered. But anyways, the fixed flex involves a fixed 38% APR, which after a 190,000% APY going to a 38% APR, you're going to see some positive price action, especially when we enter the next bull market. You're going to see some extremely positive price action. And if you've just been accumulating coins that whole time, which is kind of the strategy that Dio was kind of giving us, but kind of not. He was kind of suggesting just hold. And that's why I asked him that point blank question. Are you saying that holding in SafuuX is gonna work better than holding in Safu did? And he seemed to be saying yes. You'll have to watch the video and come to your own conclusion, but he seemed to say that holding was the strategy. For the first 8 months of high APY, and then for the fixed flex period, same thing. He's like, just hold. Because people, when they start getting that flex, he's like, it's going to be like free money. And what do people do with free money? They spend it. And he's like, you just let them spend that money and you just keep collecting those taxes. Because whenever they cash out, they're going to pay that 5% tax, and you're going to be getting that flex portion from that tax. And it's going to be burning the supply, which is going to be benefiting you as well. So the strategy he seemed to be suggesting, and maybe in some Machiavellian way, he's actually trying to throw us off by giving us a strategy that he's not going to be using. But I think he's actually going to be using this strategy, is he's going to be holding, which is what I'm going to do as well. But anyways, the fixed flex portion, will be the 38% APY or APR, and then 1%. The flex portion, I'll just read right off the white paper. The flex portion is going to be 1% of all on-chain fees captured will be rewarded to SFX holders. This is uncapped with unlimited earning potential for the flexible reward component. Reward is paid from tax fees alone without incurring rebase. So we're going to be paid in SafuuX coins. because Biz, one time I made a video talking about what I was wondering what the price was going to do once we exit the high APY period and enter into the 38% period, because by then all of us who are investors now will have rebased and have thousands and thousands of coins, most of us at least. And by then, when that price, which has probably been, because of the inflation, has probably been staying at a relatively, not super high price. It's probably going to be under $10. Once we hit that 38% APY period, then it's going to shoot up because there's no longer going to be that inflationary pressure. And it's going to become deflationary at that point because we'll probably be burning more than we are rebasing at that point. And so the supply will start going down, which will be a lot of fun. And so the flex portion is going to be 1%. And the question I asked Dio was that 1% going to be newly minted tokens, or were they going to be tokens that already existed? And because they are, or not tokens, coins, sorry. Are they going to be newly minted coins or coins that already exist? Because Biz said, when I made that video, Biz had answered me and he said that we're going to be, because of the fixed flex portion, it's going to be like we're going from like almost 2xing every month to almost 1.5xing every month during the fixed flex period. So that's how much we're going to be collecting if you just hold. And so that means it's going to be paid out in SafuuX coins, but the fixed portion will be rebasing. The flex portion will be without rebasing. So it's going to be coins that already are in existence, which is slightly confusing for me, but I'm sure that it will. Anyways, that's beyond me. I don't know how that will work, but hey, there's every other coin and token out there has a fixed supply, and somehow there's always coins available. So it'll be like that. Maximum achievable fixed flex percentage is uncapped. That means that's freaking amazing. That means like during the high APY period, we're getting 2.09% a day of our total supply of SFX coins. So if you have 100 coins, you're getting 2.09 coins a day. During the flex period, it's uncapped. There's no maximum percentage. At first, it was capped at like 3.4% or something like that. Now it's uncapped. It could get up to 6, 7, 8, 9, 10%. Who knows? Based on the volume. And like, let's say it gets up to like 10%. That means it like whatever supply of SFX coins you have, you're getting 10% more that freaking day. Now, I don't know how much volume it would require for you to get that many more coins. But probably, I mean, maybe it would require the volume that a blockchain can provide, because blockchains do crazy freaking volume, especially in bull markets, which we're heading towards one, in the next year or so. So that will be super interesting. We're going to enter the fixed flex period probably right before the next bull market. Now, the question that I'm wondering about, and this will probably be the title of my video because it was the title of the video I deleted, does the flex portion last the entire life of the SafuuX blockchain? It should, because the 5% tax we pay, 4% goes into the fire pit, and 1% is for the flexible rebase component. If you look at the tax and fee structure on the Safu white paper, so that 1% is always going to be there for the flexible rebase component. So why wouldn't it continue to pay us the flex portion throughout the life of the blockchain? Because at first I was thinking that the flex portion was going to end once the rebasing was over, but the flex portion, it says reward is paid from tax fees alone without incurring rebase. So it is paid to us without needing to rebase or without needing to mint new coins. So that was one thing Dio was saying. He's like, I'm just going to sit back and let other people spend that money that they're getting, and I'll just keep collecting. So it seems like that flex portion, even after the 38%, APR portion is done, which they say 2026, 2027 is when the rebasing will be completed because we'll have reached the maximum token supply. that flex portion could technically continue, is what I'm thinking. It could technically continue into infinite. And if that's the case, I mean, that's crazy. That's like, well, even those of us who are not node holders, it's like we're going to be mini node holders. And I'm a non-node holder, in case you're wondering. I'm not one of the 800 lucky people who have a node. But it'll all be like where we all have nodes, kind of. I know they're not nodes. I know that. I'm just saying it'll kind of be like having a node, because just having SafuuX in your wallet will be receiving the flex, the high APY and then the fixed flex. And then potentially we'll just enter a period of flex. Why? I don't know. I could be wrong about that. Maybe when the rebasing is done, the flex will be done. But if it's not, then they need to talk about that, because that would be fucking huge. That would be huge if the flex lasts the life of the blockchain. People need to talk about that. And if anybody brings it up and they don't give me credit for coming up with that first, I know I'm a small channel, but I haven't heard anybody talk about the flex portion. Nobody's talking about that. So people are going to start talking about it now. All right, because they started talking about it after I brought it. They started talking about the bridge after I mentioned it first. Now they're going to start talking about the flex because I brought it up. What's up with the flex? What the flex? Anyways, there is a verse that came to me. It is Proverbs 13:11. Proverbs 13:11, and even for those of you who are not religious, it's a good verse. It says, no, I don't want the commentary. It says, he who gathers by labor will increase. And at first, when that verse, and I'm a Christian, and I believe that God points verses out to me from time to time, and I think any Christian, if you study the Bible or if you listen to sermons or whatever, sometimes like a verse will jump out at you and you're like, whoa, what's that? And it could be God talking to you. Anyways, I feel like this verse came to me and I'm like, he who gathers by labor will increase. And I didn't like that at first. I'm like, I don't like that. I want money to come to me without the labor portion. But I started, it's true. I'm a degen crypto investor. I want to make billions without having to, I want to be financially free so I can be free from having to work. But that being said, I do love working my dad's farm. All right. Anyways, there's a point to this. I started looking at the original Hebrew of that because the Old Testament was originally written in Hebrew. So if you look at the original Hebrew, it says, what is earned through, the word for labor is the Hebrew word yad, which can be translated as hand, and some commentators say it can mean little by little. So what is earned little by little will lead to increase. That word increase is yarbe, which means become much, many, or great. So to me, what this verse is saying is, what is gained little by little will become a great amount or will be greatly multiplied. And that, to me, is God talking to me about SafuuX. What is earned little by little with the rebasing and the fixed flex and the flex that I am talking about first, all right, will be greatly multiplied. It will lead to, and then Dio kind of confirmed that when he started saying, like, he's like, holding is going to be a very good strategy for SafuuX. So, not to preach to anybody, because I know there are some non-Christians out there, but, there's a lot of wisdom in the book of Proverbs, whether you're Christian or not. So, just hold. That seems to be a good strategy for SafuuX. It wasn't a good strategy for Safu. Would have been good if we took profits along the way. At least I didn't. I'm sure some people did. But it would have been really smart if I had taken like 10% profit every 15 days or so. I would have ended up with a lot more at the end. But anyways, it's all good. Come day one of mainnet, I will have made up for all of my losses like that I've ever made at all, like ever in crypto. I've been in crypto for a year and I had incurred over 10,000 in losses by the time I got to Safu. On day one of mainnet, I will make all of that money back. And then once the price starts going up and once the rebates start happening, I will be in profit. So thank you, Brian Legend. You are the freaking man. Thank you for watching this. And thank you for all the nice people and support and everything. The live was a lot of fun today, and I will do another one. I will. And iPhones are awesome. Okay, that's it. Not financial advice as always. Thank you for watching.